Y'all see that shit? Dearra and Ken. Ooh. This is some old YouTube shit that has come back to bite Ken in his ass. Influence.
And Diarra and Ken from the DKF for life. Is that it? There's a news about them. Diarra is suing Ken for stealing from her and all that. Let's just get into it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is the what's on the news and everybody talking about what's on the news. So what happened is the fact that Diarra from the DKM for life, if you know YouTube back in the days, you know that they were a big couple, Diarra and Ken. Guys, honestly, if you don't know them, like, I don't even know how to explain, because I said, let me even digest and explain these people. It to take like another 10 minutes, okay? They were a YouTube couple that started dating at a very young age. I think they started dating 3 months, and then the next thing, they created a YouTube channel and it blew up. And they were together for a long time. They even got engaged, but Ken was caught cheating repeatedly and all that. And I think that was what ended their relationship. But now they are all grown. The YouTube channel is more like a business for them, and they have brands together and all that, which for me, I feel like it was a very dicey situation. And years after their breakup, now Diarra is suing Ken for stealing from her, for taking money out of their company's account and all that. A sister on TikTok was able to break down this entire lawsuit that she filed on the 31st of December 2024. Dearra, you know what you're doing. You clearly want this 2025 to be drama here for you and Ken. So yeah, so we're going to check it out and get people's response, because this news has gotten the entire internet on a ravel. Everybody's talking because we've not heard about the Dearra and Ken situation for a long time. A lot of people have been squinting and saying, was it the cheating that got them to divorce? And I said divorce to break up, okay? So yeah, let's go check out what's going on and then people's response to it. And I think Ken even responded to the entire situation, which I'm going to add that video to it. So yeah, let's go check it out and then we'll talk more.
I'm not a lawyer, but do y'all know these
She broke
people?
it down.
They were a pretty successful YouTube couple. But child, on the last day of 2024, she filed a lawsuit against him for theft by taking,
Okay.
also known as stealing, theft by conversion and embezzlement, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and some other stuff. Let me tell you what's going on in this lawsuit. So this is Dearra Taylor, and according to the lawsuit, after 3 months of dating this man, whose name is Ken Walker, the two of them decided to create a YouTube channel called Dearra and Ken for Life. The channel grew quickly, and Ken was able to quit his job at Home Depot after they got their first YouTube check. The channel is so successful that in 2016, the couple established their LLC, get some business accounts. At this time, they're getting brand deals, go on tour, and even got to be in a blockbuster movie. Now, the lawsuit says all of the money that was made, whether done as a couple or individually, went into the shared business account. But then Ken Walker was involved in some cheating scandals, which wasn't a good look because their brand was them as a happy couple. Dearra and Ken try to work it out. Ken says he's never going to do it again. And then in 2019, he proposes to Dearra in Greece. And this proposal and engagement made their brand grow even more. But then in 2020, Ken is caught in another cheating scandal. Child, he was messing up the money and the relationship. The two of them stay together, but Dearra starts doing some solo content to keep the YouTube page going. Dearra says Ken didn't want to participate in making any content, but also didn't like that she was starting to make content by herself. And eventually, according to her, he got jealous that her solo content was working and causing her to grow as an individual. But then, less than a year later, Ken gets caught in another cheating scandal. And in May 2021, the two of them officially break up. Now, here's where we get to the issue. The lawsuit says that Dearra and Ken, with the help of an attorney, agreed on how things would be split. They were expecting to receive $40,000 from a bank loan of a car, and so the two of them would split that evenly, $20,000 for each one. And then they agreed that the YouTube page that they had would stay up because it was generating money, and the money they already had from that would be split, with Ken getting $220,000 and Dearra getting $254,000. She got more because she contributed more, according to the document. And then there was about $80,000 that was left in the account, and that was supposed to be used to pay off bills. But Diarra says on November 23rd, 2022, she goes into the account to pay some bills and realizes that that $80,000 that was supposed to be in there is almost gone. Diarra says she looks into it further and realizes that Ken had been taking money from that account for over a year, and that $40,000 that was supposed to be split from that car loan, he had already received it and kept all of it. Diarra says she asked Ken about it, and he admits to taking the money and that he knew he needed to pay it back. At this point, they get their attorney back involved and come up with some new terms. This time they agree that Ken could keep the $40,000 that he was already keeping, allegedly, and the car would be turned over to Diarra. They agreed that they would delete their YouTube channel since they couldn't agree on how money from it would be split. Then they had some real estate that they agreed they would sell and then split the proceeds 50-50, and that their LLC would be dissolved on December 30th, 2022. So everything with this agreement goes over fine, except Diarra says that Ken never pays her the money that he stole from the account. Time passes, the two of them aren't really communicating, but Diarra says she has her attorney contact Ken regarding some taxes that need to be paid for the business, and she says he has yet to pay them. Diarra says while Ken continues to cry broke, not cry broke, he received about $237,000 from the real estate that they sold, and he continues to post himself living a luxurious lifestyle, which she says is clearly making him money, and so she wants her money. The first cause of action is breach of fiduciary duty, which is interesting because this comes down to, as business partners, the two of them were obligated to do what was in the best interest of each other and the business. But Diarra says by cheating multiple times and then refusing to make content after cheating, Ken was not acting in the best interest of Diarra or the business. She says his decisions essentially ruined the happy couple brand that they created, which in turn impacted their business and money. And therefore, she says she is due damages. She's also suing for theft by taking, breach of contract, and unjust enrichment, which is just her saying that he was made richer by taking money that he didn't have a right to take. So that's the lawsuit. Now tell me in the comments if you remember this couple and was tuned in to their videos.
That's a page.
Well, now you know why you can't watch DK4L on YouTube anymore. Yep, everybody was wondering, where did the YouTube channel go? Why did it get deleted? Y'all said y'all wasn't going to delete it, blah, 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 blah. Well, as of 12/31/2024, we now know.
So apparently Dearra is suing Ken over funds that he spent out of their joint account. But I don't know how successful this lawsuit is going to be. Because if you know anything about joint accounts, when you sign up, basically both persons are giving the other individual essentially equal access to the funds in the account. Now, I'm not saying it's not morally wrong, right? Allegedly, he spent like $80K and some of it went to medical bills. Allegedly, in the document, it's saying that he moved back into his parents' house. He hasn't helped her pay taxes. So we don't know how this is going to turn out. And she filed this lawsuit December 31st of last year, but it's going to all play out in 2025. Child, it's a mess, okay?
Why I wake up to Dearra suing Ken? Y'all, 2025 has just started. Like, it's lawsuit after lawsuit at this point. Like, what's going on? And this is why attaching yourself to someone is just so scary, which is why, like, y'all really got to be careful who y'all go into business with, who you marry, because, like, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, the true, like, sides of who each individual person is will come out. And it's quite scary because, oh my gosh. But I guess this proves why their YouTube channel was deleted, because I always wondered why it was, because in my head I was thinking, well, even though y'all aren't together, like, I'd keep the channel up because, you know, you could still make money from it. But yeah, y'all, it's kind of crazy because, like, Dearra basically saying that, like, Ken been stealing from her, and I'm like, yo, I can't.
If I was planning on marrying at some point stole $100K from me, I put in $100K on the head. You're getting found. You're getting found. Cause there's no way, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. So I've been at work all day, and now I'm hearing about how all this drama going on, and how Dearra suing Ken for stealing money from their joint account. First of all, when I got caught cheating randomly, I knew he wasn't shit. Niggas that don't talk a lot and just smile all the time, we should have been knew something was up with that. God never likes ugly, and whatever comes to the dark must always come to the light. You stole from that girl, like, bro. But not even just the fact that they had joint accounts. If y'all are not married, y'all don't need a joint anything. Now I understand their little YouTube channel was their business, trademark, cool, that's great. But like, again, they're other than that, like there shouldn't be no joint account. No, I don't trust these things, let alone my money on. Like, no, it's a hell no for me. We need to start thinking shit a little bit more through. I know we be in love. I know it be cute. I know it might sound good in the moment. But in order to protect yourselves and your assets, stop giving these the upper hand. Just enough. Get rid of these. Start making examples out of these. Matter of fact, start tossing money at their head like they some strippers or something. Like, we're not. Stop this. Stop this shit, please.
Dearra is filing a lawsuit against Ken because this man has been stealing from their joint account. And one of the reasons he said he couldn't pay her back is because some of the money went to his medical bills. You ain't look all that sick when you was going on them trips and you was buying them cars and you was in the club, but we gonna get into it. So before we get into the lawsuit, apparently he's been cheating before it was even known publicly to us. Dearra and this man went to counseling. And this man was still cheating. That just also goes to show a man can have a beautiful relationship, a beautiful wife, a beautiful home, and still find a reason to cheat. Once a cheater is always a cheater. Once they get caught the first time, the only thing in their head is to think about how they're not going to get caught the second time. She was real strong to hold him down. But 2025, I want all my ladies to know we're not doing no joint accounts unless we're actually married. Not engaged, not boyfriend and girlfriend, not none of that. So after the cheating was made publicly, that's when Diarra was just like, nah, you not about to embarrass me. So they broke up for good. The funny part is Diarra dead built this man's whole lifestyle. When she found you, you was working at Home Depot. She's the one that wanted to do the whole YouTube stuff and the content creating or whatever the case may be. And that's how you got the lifestyle you able to live right now. That's how all these girls are even trying to talk to you, because she built you. So basically after they broke up, they got an attorney to say how they was going to split the joint account that they had, the joint YouTube account that they had together. They also had a Tesla, and one of the agreements was for Diarra to pay off the Tesla, and once the Tesla is paid off, Ken was supposed to give her $20,000 back from the Tesla, and he gets to keep the car. That did not happen. Diarra paid off the car, he kept the car, and he also did not give her back the $20K. And he was still gonna walk out this agreement with over $250,000 from the DK4L joint YouTube channel. All he had to do was give her $20K out of that money. And that money was gonna always accumulate because everybody loved the channel. People would still go watch their old videos. Not me though, but people. So a couple months go by, Dearra goes and checked the, the joint account and realized that Ken has been sending himself lump sums of money that was over the agreed amount that he could take. He wasn't leaving money for the bills, for the staff, not even for the taxes. Like I said, he also did not give her back that $20K. So they got another attorney involved. And this time the agreement was for him to pay back that $20,000 like he was supposed to, because, he kept the car. And he said that he can't give her back that $20K because he spent it on medical bills.
Bullshit.
I doubt that, but okay. So the new agreement was for her to take the car and for him to pay the taxes, because he damn near took all the money. This man said he can't afford to pay the taxes. He said, and I quote, "I can't afford to." So he asked Dearra to pay the taxes, and he will sign a paper saying that he would give her some of the money back. Now, this is where Dearra had messed up. She paid the taxes without having him sign that paper. So now she's asking for okay, I paid it. Where's the partial money you said you were going to pay me? And he's like, well, I didn't sign nothing, so I don't have to pay you. What? Now keep in mind, all they was really going back and forth about was the YouTube channel. But remember, they also had a Snapchat and a joint Facebook together. So on the Facebook, it was a joint Facebook. So Dearra had access to it, but I'm guessing Ken just took over the whole Facebook for himself. And you can make money off of Facebook Reels, blase, blase, blase. Snapchat too, though. But Dearra had access to the Snapchat because the Snapchat was under her personal email. It was never really a joint Snapchat. After all of this, of him not being able to afford nothing, him taking all this money, him using his money on trips and cars and club outings and all of this, and intentionally not trying to pay the money back, he reaches out to Dearra to complain about the money that she's potentially making on Snapchat. If men have anything, it's
God.
audacity. So now Diarra is suing for nothing less than $100,000, and I don't blame her. But Ken is complaining that basically he can't pay back anything because he's broke and he doesn't have it, and he moved back in with his mom. He basically walked out the relationship with almost $500,000 because he was living above his means, and I don't know if he was just trying to flex like he was doing better than Dearra. That shit is catching up to him, and now all of a sudden he can't pay her. I hope she takes him for everything he got because she was being way too nice.
Dearra Taylor is apparently suing her ex Ken, and you know what? Hell yeah. At the end of the day, it takes years to build a successful platform. Not only that, but have millions and millions of supporters. We know that Dearra can do this thing on her own. She has shown that. She literally rebuilt everything on her own with her own likeness. Ain't no way in hell you about to take a page that we built together using my likeness. The likeness that I still carry to this very day. In fact, I think Dearra is even bigger now than she was when she was with him.
True.
You genuinely think you're about to use a page that we built together and turn it into your own? No, sir. Start over like I did. Or stick to what we agreed upon and split the earnings. Apparently, they had some joint account that the earnings from their platforms were going into. Ken been dipping into the money, taking what he ain't supposed to be taking, etc., etc. Of course, this is all alleged. This cannot be personally confirmed by me. I'm just giving y'all what I've been reading. Now, Dearra, I guess, has been letting this man slide for a few years, trying to spare him, and even gave him a chance to pay this money back. But I guess that's not working out, and she felt like she had to do what she had to do and escalate the situation to the courts. Dearra Taylor got money, okay? That's one thing we do know about my good sis. So I'm reading the things that people are saying, and in reality, it's like, I don't think this is a money grab, especially if she's suing him for $100K. That's probably nothing to Dearra Taylor. I'm pretty sure she's doing this based on principle. Because who about to steal from me? No, sir.
And on the topic of Dearra suing Ken, I'm going to be the one to say it because I know Dearra ain't going to be messy enough to say it. Y'all need to stop bringing up whatever the hell happened in that relationship with that girl. That shit don't got nothing to do with Ken being a liar, cheater, and thief. It's actually so sad the length will go to avoid holding a man accountable for his bullshit ass actions. Who cares what happened with her and that damn girl? Y'all care. I get y'all care. But why y'all can't just sit that you got with them court documents and why does it have to be, oh, the girl who she need to sue Dearra, she needed it. Well, somebody tell that hoe to get in the courts. Tell that hoe to get in the booth with her lawyer, and then we can talk about some shit. Then we can sip on that tea. Y'all literally just bring up irrelevant shit just to be messy. Like, why? And don't get me wrong, I get why. It's always for the views. It's always for the topics. It's always so you can have a little kiki-ka-ka. But how about we kiki-ka-ka about the thief and the liar? How about we make the jokes on Ken and how he's taking on trips and doing whatever the with her ass, popping out with her ass, instead of paying that money that he owed? The what are we talking about? Like, why are we bringing this up?
Dearra is not bitter. Ken is a lot smarter than he's making himself off to be, and I don't know how the hell y'all are buying it. How did a couple's post, him posting himself with his girlfriend that he's been with for 2 years, got y'all talking about, oh my god, Dearra is so bitter? Really? Why would somebody who posted their girlfriend 2 years ago on their channel and played it off like they were friends, but why would somebody all of a sudden start making couples content 2 weeks before a lawsuit on them drops? Huh? If he didn't know the lawsuit was coming, he probably knew something was coming. All Ken has is his public image. That's it. He is not able to make money any other way. He does not have a real job. He hard launched that relationship because he knew it was coming. And he also hard launched that relationship so he can profitize off of it because he's an opportunist. Now, I didn't watch his videos with the girl, but I do think it's coincidental that all of the couples videos that they've made, the two that they made so far, are all on his channel under his name. Who do y'all think that payment goes to? Like, y'all really believe Dearra is that bitter? He's been moved on. He was moving on while they were in a relationship. So why would that bother her so much? He's been stealing money. And if it was the other way around, y'all would be like, oh my gosh, this is why I don't give women money. Blah, 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 blah. He's been taking money. He has not paid her back for stuff. Like, what?
I don't really like to talk about people on the internet, but this whole Dearra and Ken situation is really letting me admire how strong Dearra is for leaving somebody no matter how long she's been with them. Just because you have history with somebody does not mean you have to stay with them, especially if they've already cheated on you or they've disrespected you multiple times and you're still staying with them. You need to leave the relationship right now. Dearra had so many social media accounts with this man, and she was still able to leave that relationship no matter what. Like, the money aside, this is about her mental and her having enough self-love, because this is just a reflection of how much you really love yourself. Just because you have history with somebody does not mean you have to stay with them. You can go make history with somebody else. It doesn't matter if you've been together for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. If somebody cheats on you, you need to leave them, because they're just going to disrespect you. And you just staying is just going to give them more time to disrespect you, and it's going to build up. Me personally, the second somebody does that to me, I'm leaving them, I'm ghosting them. I'm never talking to you ever again if you cheat on me. But sadly, there's still some of you ladies that still decide to stay with a man no matter what he does to you, and you really need to change that going into this new year. Dearra made millions with this man, and she still decided to leave, and you guys are staying with a man that does nothing for you and still disrespects you. And you're just staying because you guys have been together for a while. Just don't stay with somebody just because you've been together for a long time.
Well, considering all that we knew about Kenneth, with the video of him rubbing that girl's rump circulating and then them separating while currently their house was being built, and then the fact that Dearra then went radio silent only to pop up with a mysterious partner, only to level up selling us sunglasses and luxury lifestyle with not a peep about what the down. We should have known that our sister was getting her litigation bob ready. My God, on today. I love when women. Kenneth, hope you've been saving all that money you was stealing, because you're going down.
Okay.
Was it worth it? I just knew that there was something. There was a reason why Dearra was not giving us all the good deets. And I'm going to be honest, I assumed it's because she got her lick back and cheated back harder than she could cheat back, possibly. I still think she did that. I hope she did that. But now that I know it's because she was preparing for an OJ trial, my God. Ken, you was stealing money? I mean, no shade, but like, he could have went on and been a DDG. You a boy. I don't know. Boys just blink and things happen for them. I'm not sure why you had to go into the joint account still, and you could have been a Twitcher like all the other boys. And to everybody saying Dearra was dumb for having a joint account, I get what you're saying, but you also have to understand that it wasn't the type of joint account that like married people get. It was a joint account because they had a YouTube account together. So they had one bank account where they shared. So it kind of made sense for them to have a joint account. Now where she that is allowing his fingers to still have access the moment he touched another girl's rump. That would have been the day that bank account was dissolved and resolved. But hey, you live and you learn. I done been stupid before, baby. Why you think my credit bad now?
All right, let's go ahead and address this really quickly. First of all, good morning. It's too early for this. But anyway, let's go ahead and address a couple things. Number one, the $40,000 regarding the car. Came to the end agreement after we had a number of conversations about it. You keep the car. We break even on the loan. The car's valued at like $43,000. The loan's $40,000. We break even. Boom. Never heard about it since. You got a bill of sale. You got the title to the car, everything. Cool. That was it. Regarding the bank account, again, extensive text messages regarding this. We had a phone call after all our conversations, December 12th at 4 p.m. I think in 2022 this was. Again, this is in text messages. We had a number of conversations on it. People on your team said, hey, you follow this personal income, pay the taxes on it. Cool. Never talked about it since. Everything else, Snapchat, the YouTube videos, whatever. It's like, I thought we moved past this years ago.
Okay, so that's the only clip I got from Ken. But I'm still going to look more if I can get any tense one, but clearly you can see that he's not admitting to anything. But let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But please, as always, please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. So here's my own take on the Diarra and Ken thing. For me, I'm not surprised that this is the type of dynamic because one, first, you need to know that they were very young when they blew up and they were making so much money. So the fact that Diarra will be very dumb, and she was young. She was a teenager, but they were making so much money, and she felt that was the love of her life, and things are going to like be blase. They're going to live their best life together. And I understand that dynamic where they will share joint account, because if you know how YouTube will pay to one account, so both of you can split it. So people saying that, oh, she was dumb having a joint account. Yeah, I feel like they could have come with a more comprehensive agreement. But that to say, they were young. They did not anticipate them breaking up or Ken cheating and all that. So, do I think, because everything is all alleged, do I think Ken did it? I feel like we're just going to watch to see everything play out and pan out. But clearly, Diarra is really pissed, and I feel like she's suing for 100,000. I feel like that's really no money, because if you know Diarra is she is grinding it and she's bagging the bag. So I feel like she really just want to make an example of Ken, and she just really want to stand to 10 toes on business on this one. Like, you're not just going to play me and play me this way after playing our entire relationship. But also, when we talk about dynamic, if you really watch Diarra and Ken, you see that they come up with this black, young, happy couple that a lot of people look up to. But that's just to say that some men will see something beautiful going on for them. You were making the money, you were glowing up, you have a beautiful girl that was ready to stick by you and all that. But the one thing that she asks of you, being loyal, don't cheat, you decide to do it to break everything that is even making you finance. And that's why you see some men, they will even sabotage something that is even working, relationship that is working for their benefit, they will still sabotage it. And I feel like that's it. I feel like Diarra is doing well for herself, but clearly, if I was Diarra and this is the dynamic and this is what is playing out, even though I might not need the money, I'm going to make an example because I feel like he's taking her for granted, and that's it. But also, I just want to quickly say for ladies, be careful before you make a joint account with anyone, including your husband. I personally, I'm my husband, we have a joint account, but the joint account is there, but there are just some things about it. But I personally, I would say, like, as much as you have a joint account to grow together and all that, always have your bank account where you keep your money. The fact that she allowed them to pay sponsorship money on that joint account, no, always have your money, always secure your bag. Always, the joint account can be something you put do for the benefit of the entire household together. You both of you take your individual money and put in there, not your source of money being in that joint account. Ladies, be smart with your finance. Always protect your finance, because that's one way they can control you. That's one way they can get to you. That's one way they can get you angry. I'm telling you. That's one way they can cripple you. So always protect your finance. Always have your own bank account. Anyway, guys, go on and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But always be respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.